Alright, we're playing some more Planet Crafter. I am in the middle of doing invoices and I'm losing my mind over it, so I wanted to take a break and go do other things. Like Planet Crafter, just to kind of chill. Yeah, Planet Crafter is never not a good time. I've been enjoying the beta for the new planet. Well, is it beta? I think the new planet launched officially, I think. But yeah, Planet Crafter is still one of my, like, guilty pleasure games. Not even guilty, it's just a, like, hey, I'm having a rough day. Planet Crafter. Which, unfortunately, is starting to get to me because I wanted to record it, because I really enjoy this game. And I want to, like, record the process of me playing it, rather than just, like, me silently playing it on my own. Doing YouTube for, oh god, 12, going on 13 years, I have played more video games with commentary than I've played without, and so, it legitimately feels like weird and wrong whenever I'm playing a video game and not doing commentary over it. So let's see. There we go. It's control-click to move over everything of the same type. That's actually extremely nice. I still think I'm gonna hit the move all button, but that's still good to know. Let's see. So I need to work on rockets, but yeah, we need oxide. I'm going to... How's that looking? Okay, we can actually get through. The ice is melted in the cave. So I'll grab what I can get. Do I actually? No, I think I'm gonna leave it. I think we're just gonna zoom through as fast as possible and get to the other side. Might be worth getting some ice, but I think it's fine. I guess I'll snag the aluminum and the iridium while we're here. Okay, let's see. So what I was gonna talk about. Yeah, I just wanted to play some of this because I'm not having a bad day. I'm having a business day, and I hate business day. So I was talking about this before I hit the record button, but invoices are like my least favorite part of doing YouTube. This is gonna sound kind of weird, like, shouldn't you want to get paid? The answer is yes. But the main thing is, like, I just feel like I'm inconveniencing people. Like, even though I've done the work, even though, like, I very much have earned the right to charge what I charge, some part of me just feels weird and wrong about doing invoices. And I'm always afraid that I'm gonna, like, mess something up. I think it's the worst aspects of imposter syndrome rear their heads when I'm working on invoices. And so it drives me mad. I'm getting better at it. Like, I think it was last year I put together a really good template to make invoicing much easier. All I have to do is just copy and paste like 3 details and then change some stuff around. The problem is when I'm starting to do invoices for like international sponsors. So like, weirdly Britain, I think is the biggest rabble-rouser of all of the groups that I have to deal with. For some reason, invoicing companies that are in Britain is a weird nightmare. Because like half the time it straight up just like doesn't work, and neither me nor the people I'm invoicing can explain why. And so we just sit there sending invoices back and forth, invoices and rejections back and forth over and over and over again until like something eventually sticks. Okay, this looks like an oxide cave, maybe. There's some sulfur. There we go. What mode am I playing on? Or not oxide, osmium, but oxide's a different game. So this is just regular mode, but I turned up everything by 2 in terms of speed, so I have to build less. I realize that makes this game maybe a little easy, but I also do kind of want to get through this and the moons and DLCs and whatnot. I use Stripe for invoices. I used PayPal for a while. I don't actually really like the third-party ones because they take like a cut. I don't really like the idea of giving a percentage of like a lot of money to a random processing company if I can avoid it. Wow, there's like almost nothing in here. That sucks. With all the extra content, the speedy mode is probably the better way to do it, especially solo. Yeah, at some point I'd like to get the Wholesome Sunday crew to stream this with me. I know Avac already plays it, so, you know, that wouldn't be weird or outlandish to get him involved. The main thing is getting, like, Penta and Madi to join us, but I think we'd have a hoot running around and terraforming. Maybe. It cuts most likely international payment processors. Oh, I know. I just still want to avoid it as much as possible. And so usually my invoices are fine. I guess part of it is, with this whole invoice thing, can I actually build? Yes. I'm just going to build one of these here, because we're going to be coming through a lot. Oh, this is not the Sandfalls area. Is it? Well, I'm gonna plunk it here. There we go. Get some oxygen back. Should go get some more iron. Should be maybe vaguely in the area. I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff, a lot of sulfur. What was I going to say with invoices? The percentage of the cut is big enough to be worth my time to actually just, like, manually figure out whatever paperwork needs to be switched over. Like, YouTube sponsorships are, not cheap. And so it would feel bad to lose, like, even 5% of a cut of some of these to a payment processor unless I absolutely have no way to avoid it. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Do we want to just dump everything off? Let's organize. Because I don't need to bring these with. If I can grab some more valuable things. Grab the uranium if I can make another rod. Super alloy and then the remaining iridium. I don't know what to do about the sulfur, but it's fine. And yeah, at some point I'll have to come through and strip mine this base. I just know eventually we get drones and maybe they can do all the strip mining for me. Or resource movement, I don't know. But yeah, suffice to say, with invoices, like, there's a lot of steps to it, a lot of weird paperwork. I just fill out, like, a whole dang vendor form, which I understand why businesses need these things, but, like, so much of me is just like, just take my invoice and pay me, please. Stop making me hop through hoops. Okay, do we actually want to snag... Oh, dang, I didn't bring enough iron. Okay, we have iron here. There we go. And then I should have one more iron. We're just gonna make another one of these locker storages. But yeah, so I actively have, oh wait, no, we have plenty of iron. What am I doing? I actually have a system, like a personal system that I use. Literally just kind of a fun bucks, that I pay myself every time I do something shitty, that I don't want to do. It's not actually shitty, just thing that I don't want to work on. So be it invoicing, be it cleaning the house, whatever. And every time I spend like 5 hours doing X or Y thing, or certain milestones, I will just say, okay, I get a point. And at least for me, a point is worth like 25 bucks. And so, invoice day is always worth a couple of points for me just to force me to do it, so I'm not, so I don't just get slouchy about it, not do it. But even that, even then it eventually gets to me and I'm like, no, I gotta go do something else. Planet Crafter. Yeah. It's not a UK thing, that's just them trying to make people give up so they don't have to pay. No, like, the clients I work with are very good. I have yet to run into, no, I've run into exactly one developer that has gone way out of their way to not pay me. The nice part is, like, at least for what I do as a YouTuber, very few clients want to play with the whole don't pay the YouTuber because, oh gosh, that is terrible for your reputation. And very much will get you blacklisted from working with other YouTubers ever. It doesn't happen often, but it happens enough where it's like, yeah, X company just does not pay people. And, well, YouTubers are not monolithic. That kind of reputation does stick and does spread around. And yeah, it's instant bad rep, easy backfire, generally not worth it for like anyone to try. There is exactly one developer that has refused to pay me. And you may, well, I'd say you may notice, but their video is not available in any way, shape, or form. They actually refused to pay me. Okay. Story for this developer, I'm not going to name names, it's not a big one, and they're completely inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. But specifically, they were making a bullet heaven and had reached out to me for coverage. But for whatever reason, they wanted the video sent over their direction a month ahead of time. And I was like, okay, sure, I can record this. Send it over a month ahead of time. Get feedback back. We made a bunch of changes to the game, and now what you recorded doesn't actually reflect what's in the game. Can you re-record the whole video? Sure, but you're gonna have to pay me for a whole new video because I already recorded one for you. No, we can't do that. We don't have the budget. Okay. Well, I can add an addendum with like a little bit of the newly updated version and talk about that. No, it has to be the whole new video, like a whole new thing. Then you're gonna have to pay me double for this whole thing. And I went back and forth like that for a while. Eventually, like, I got them to agree to paying me for the, let's see, for the whole, or not for the whole new video, just for like 20% more video. Do we want to grab, okay, we have enough iron, perfect. You know, just to pay me a little bit extra for the, like, hey, here, things have changed. With this, like, new updated version, my video is slightly out of date because of the feedback I gave during the video. I got them to agree to pay me for that, and then when it came time to, like, release the video, they immediately said, never mind, delete everything except for that little 20% and we'll pay you only for that 20%. I was like, nope, I'm not interacting with you ever again. And so that kind of went dead for a while. I was like, hey, are they ever going to pay me or do anything for the work I did? Unfortunately, I put the PR company that was actually, like, doing the in-between in a really bad state because they couldn't exactly burn me by refusing to pay. Because my deal was with the PR company, not the developers. And so eventually the PR company just paid me to shut up about it. So I did actually get paid for it, but I did not release the video. But that is the only time I've ever had a developer try and really play games. There was one other developer that was like, actually, we wanted you to be playing this on maximum possible graphics. And I got them to pay me like 50% more. And like, okay, I'll take that. Especially because like the original payout was decent, so it didn't feel like I was being fully scammed on that one. But yeah, that is a rough place for a PR company to be in. Unfortunately, this specific PR company, I don't work with much anymore. Their reputation, through other things and other reasons and other people, hasn't been great either. So I very much was like, yeah, I think this is going to be kind of one of the last things I do with you guys, at least like on a more official basis. And that was fine. You know, it's not like a particularly toxic decision, just a like, I'm not getting as much out of this specific relationship as I want to. So I'm going to roll back. There was bringing up a lot of sponsors that were specifically like, having AI generated content, and I was like, hey, I don't cover this. And so that kept happening over and over and over again, and I was like, okay, please just stop sending me offers. I'll reach out to you if I see that you're handling something I'm interested in. But those are rare. Business is not fun. I really enjoy being on camera and talking about stuff. This is the fun part. It's all that back-end stuff that drives me slowly insane. Okay, we got some fertilizer. Do I want to leave anything? Well, we want to leave anything, some stuff behind. I could just leave iron behind. Right now, it's like the most important resource ever, but later, not so much so. I see 2 more pieces of osmium. Move the silicon over, and I guess the lerma seed. We don't need that. Because, yeah, we want as much osmium as we can snag. But yeah, apart from, like, those handful of examples, I've been doing sponsored videos for YouTube for like years, and apart from my own like mental blocks related to them, completely seamless, very easy, never a problem. You need the lermas for mutation stuff later. Yeah, I've just got like 30 of them already. I'll come back for them if I need more. But like for how much bad business kind of just happens in general, being on YouTube and being a, like, somewhat well-known YouTuber has shielded me from a lot of bullshit, which I have been extremely thankful for, and very happy about. I also only work with, I mean, if you watch my YouTube channel for any length of time, you may notice I only take sponsors directly from developers. I've never done, like, a Viking, VPN, Shadow Raid Legends, any of that junk. Like, no. No. I'm not going to cover those things. It's not to my interest. I don't want to cover those games. I would only take a sponsorship for a game that I'm currently playing right then and there. And even then, I'm selective about it. I've had a couple of like sponsorships that I wasn't exactly super keen on in the end. I was like, yeah, this is fun. I don't know if I'd play more of it, but that's like the farthest I've ever gone. Whereas I keep watching YouTubers and it's like, hey, here's a sponsorship on a mobile game that's not going to exist in like a year. Let's see. Kind of offload some of these. We should keep this at least lightly organized. For some reason, my cursor keeps warping to the bottom of my screen. Oh. It's because my controller's plugged in. Little jerk. But yeah, I will never take those sponsorships. Like, even if I get that desperate for finances, at that point I'd probably start looking into a new job instead. Just because. Ooh, we can actually we have enough super alloy. We can go get another nuclear reactor. Because we want a lot of those. Power is so nice. And then eventually we're going to have to upgrade these for the bigger ones. But having unlimited power means I don't have to worry about fighting with stuff. I'd much rather do a sponsorship for non-game stuff. I mean, yeah. I definitely don't like the idea of hawking mobile games, generally. But I definitely would not... Well, on a personal level, I wouldn't hawk a random brand that I have no connection to. So, like... Oh, remember when everybody was hawking that one, like, deal site? Oh, what was it? It was the one that got caught for specifically skimming off of people. That was, like, super sketchy. That, like, everyone under the sun had done a sponsorship for, but obviously I did not. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't stick in my memory. It was something other people had to deal with. No, it wasn't GoDaddy. It was like... Yeah, I don't know. Oh, shoot. I actually have the osmium. Wait, do I have a super alloy? Because the next tier of jetpack would actually be lovely. So, sulfur, osmium, aluminum. There we go. Honey, there we go. That was the one. Yeah, I saw so many people hawking that shit. And when the news broke that, yeah, the whole thing was a giant scam, I was, kind of smug about it, where I was just like, yeah, I didn't take those sponsorships. I wanted nothing to do with that. I knew that was going to be heinous and evil the moment I heard about it, and I feel nothing but vindicated in that decision constantly. But yeah, I didn't take that one. Haven't ever interacted with a VPN or any of that stuff. The only thing I think I've taken, it wasn't really a sponsorship, was like those old Loot Crate videos. I was like a Loot Crate partner for like a bit. And yeah, what happened with that one, I was barely a Loot Crate partner, to be honest. But what happened with that one is that they had sent me boxes for a while. Okay, iridium. Okay, can I pin these? Oh, is this something I need to... Pin one crafting recipe. Pin more crafting recipes. I really only need one? Oh, but that cost me aluminum super alloy. Ugh, no thank you. Yeah, we want to get one of these. Oh, but it also requires super alloy. I do need the pinning module. I really do. Okay. Do I have super alloy? No. The problem is I keep burning all of my super alloy on other useful things, and I don't know if I have the resources required to make super alloy because I don't pay attention. Cobalt, iron, magnesium. It's just one of everything. We're missing magnesium. And then 2 aluminum. This will give me exactly 2 super alloy, which feels legitimately bad, but whatever. You can find loads of super alloy nearby. Is it in the canyon? Because I know there was the one super alloy cave kind of near the falls that I was just at. And then I don't remember if there's anything else. Does anybody remember if I went into the big ship? Yeah, I think I cleared that out. I think I've cleared that out entirely. Okay, pinning. We want to pin. So I need osmium, 2 cobalt, and a magnesium. Oh, that's easy enough. It was osmium, right? Osmium and aluminum. There we go. Because this is probably going to be helpful, even just for basic things. Okay, how do I pin, though? Ah, there we are. So I can make at least one of these, which is good because I'm going to be... I want to be lazy. I want to have at least one mining machine going, probably in the aluminum area. More than anywhere else. Because if I put it here, we don't get aluminum. If I put it over there, I think we get aluminum very rarely. Same thing with, like, maybe the uranium. I forget. But it's easy enough for me to get over here and come back to it routinely. Okay, talking about sponsorships. Oh, right, the loot crate thing. So with the whole loot crate thing, I was a loot crate partner. They sent me a couple of boxes and then randomly stopped and then sent me a very mad email because I wasn't covering any more loot crates and more or less saying like, hey, we're terminating, you know, our partnership with you. And I'm like, okay, I thought you already had because you just randomly stopped sending me boxes. You know, the loot crate you want me to cover, you just never sent. And, you know, here's the last couple of like shipping confirmations and then nothing. You know, don't blame me for your own mistake, more or less. You know, if you want to cut me off, that's fine. I don't care. But please don't be nasty about it. And then they sent me like 2 more loot crates and then stopped again. And I was just like, okay, I think I can safely just not work with these people. And then I think they went under like soon after, and I have not looked back because it's loot crate. Does it still exist? I don't know. I thought they had like extreme financial issues or even shut down. But I could be wrong. Okay, we have no iron left. Let's just grab whatever. Cobalt, I suppose. Okay, so we're just gonna let that mining machine roll. Well, I mean, I could make another one. But yeah, it was extremely... Oh, they got bought out by HelloFresh. That's another one I've never worked with. But yeah, it was junk. I think I've kept a very small handful of things from Loot Crate. And even then, it was somewhat begrudging. So I have like some Legend of Zelda socks. A couple of shirts. A letter. They sent a Castlevania letter opener. I actually like that one. Because it's a little sword. But frankly, I would have much rather had, instead of a dumb mystery box, just a storefront that sells, you know, overstock gaming merch. Would have been a much more valuable thing for me, personally. Okay. Well, do we want to just go get Super Alloy? Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since I've thought about either company. That's good. Like, in the grand scheme of things that capitalism has shat out over the years, I feel like Loot Crate is one of those, like, benign evils. Just junk for the sake of junk, so that somebody can make a bunch of money. You know, not one that I feel, like, terribly mad about its existence. I don't feel... what's a good example of something that does suck? Oh, that freaking AI teddy bear that got recalled recently because it was giving... Oh god, what was it? It was, like, supposed to be for kids, but it... Oh, it was straight up giving advice on, like, BDSM relationships and other stuff. Like, the thing had no filter. So go figure, that thing was a danger and got in trouble for that. But, like, that's something I actively feel like needs to be destroyed completely, and anybody that was involved in, like, the release of that probably deserves to be investigated for some degree of crimes. I don't know which crimes, but I can't imagine no crimes have been committed by people like that. Anyway, that's not where I was expecting you to go with that story. I know, right? I wasn't expecting it either. But like that's a product that I very much believe like needs to be destroyed, and anybody involved needs to be like kept far away from business in any capacity, because that's just evil shit right there. Do we want to make some vegetubes just to clear up my stuff? Oh yeah, because it's 2 silicon, magnesium, aluminum, and water. We have a lot of aluminum. Move over the uranium. I might actually be able to make another uranium rod. Yes. Okay, sulfur goes over here. I actually have enough iridium to make another rod, I believe. Yeah, let's just condense those down. So yeah, I don't really have, like, I don't know, a vendetta against loot crates so much as just a, like, what a stupid thing. And, like, everybody got in on it. The fun story is a YouTuber I know was, like, I forget what it was exactly, what happened, but they given him, like, a big sweetheart deal and then forgot to stop paying him after the fact. Right, I was going to make vegetubes. Let's switch to these. So I need much water as I can snag. Might as well grab this one. But yeah, they given him a sweetheart deal. It was like $10,000 a month or something to cover loot crates. And then, like me, had forgotten about him, but also forgot to stop paying him. And so I think it sent him like a couple hundred, or maybe not a couple $100,000. It was like over $100,000 worth of sponsorship money for these crates. And then just randomly one day stopped paying him. They never asked for the money back or any of that. Hey, who forgets that much money? Bad businesses run by tech people, clearly. But yeah, so he just got paid like an absurd amount of money for a while by this company. Who forgot about him? Let's see. Yeah, tech bros. Why is it always tech bros? Well, I mean, the real answer is it's not actually like, okay, I went to college with tech bros. A lot of these people that are making these decisions are not actually tech bros. They're business people masquerading as tech bros. They very much specifically latch onto usually scams, let's be honest here. But they latch onto these hyper valuable ideas. And then more or less just shart them out. You know, keep them going long enough that maybe some bigger company or investment group will pick them up, pay attention to them, pay oodles of money for them, and then forget about them forever and write the whole company off as a tax write-off. It's nonsense, but this is what happens when you have like a unchecked investor class that has limited to no like controls over what they do and how they do it. And many of them can just write off the losses just, oh, whatever. Or they sell themselves out to some other corporation and kind of take the bailout. Eventually somebody's left holding the bag, but it's, I don't know, usually pensions or something. Okay, so we actually did get a couple of super alloys from that. So do we want to make another mining machine? We might. What else could we do? So we did make a launch platform. I could make some rockets. I forget what the rockets need, unfortunately. I guess where are we on the terraforming index? So heat is slow. Oh, shit. Yeah, the real answer is we do need rockets, don't we? Okay, so in that case, let's put a mining machine outside. I think we only want one. The problem with the mining machines is the T1 ones just get clogged with garbage. And so while I could potentially build a couple of these all over the place, they're inevitably going to become just full of stuff. I don't actually know how fast they go. But yeah, so you have like a lot of actual tech people that probably do want to invent things. My brother worked at one of these companies for a little while that was like messing around with, I think it was color changing paint for cars. Or maybe they're also messing... No, it was definitely something to do with paint and chemical mixing and whatnot. I will admit I don't remember too much. I didn't ask him deeply about it because I hate to say it, didn't care too deeply. It was like, neat idea, but not something he cared deeply about, and I didn't either. But it sounded like the company was having financial issues for the entire time he worked there, but they paid him well enough that he didn't care. And then he got out and has switched over to working in my dad's old company. So that worked for him. Yeah, old company my dad used to work for. My dad has never owned a company. I think, of my entire extended family... No, I think one of my uncles owned a ammunition supply company. He was quite successful. But apart from that singular uncle, I think I'm the most successful business owner of my extended family. Oh, you know the one problem with this canyon? I 100% can get trapped in here and get lost. It's kind of mazy. Because, yeah, it's going to be dark in there. I don't know how I want to manage that one. But yeah, pitch it to investors, leave the public with this shit after it goes bad. Or a dumpster full of, Ooh, that actually does take a while. A dumpster full of Atari cartridges, right? I guess that wasn't so much an investor thing. This is really interesting. Like, if you want to see kind of some insights into this in other industries, reading about Atari back in the day, like the early 80s pre-crash Atari, is fascinating. They were such a mess in such a really funny way. And yeah, a lot of it was just like dumb business people who had no idea how to actually do business, but were in a position of relative power because of reasons. Okay, so the problem I have with the canyon... Oh, there's like a platform up there. I haven't seen that before. Problem I have with the canyon is mostly just getting in sucks. Oh, it's daytime. We actually can see stuff. Maybe I should take a water bottle with me. I don't know. We'll be fine. Just because you can make something doesn't mean you can manage it. Yep. But for a lot of these people, they don't actually care. They pay themselves in like major stock options and extreme amounts of wealth and then get out before anything actually happens. Because ultimately the people that write laws, at least in the US, are generally friends with all of the other rich people, and so they all do a bunch of like golden parachutes, ways of protecting other rich people so that no rich person has to ever see consequences for their own actions. It's so depressingly common. Let's see. Just go into the cave if you want. So, wait. Cave. Most of the alloy is here. Oh, here is up top. Got it. So I did go into the other alloy cave, and got everything out of it. So I'd have to go through this one. I might put a giant staircase at the top of the mesa, though, because that wouldn't be that outlandish. First, let's check this out, because whatever this is something I want to go into anyway. Can I put a locker down? Should be able to. Can I make two? No, I'm one shy. Okay. Might need to get a bottle of water at some point. I was thinking about it and I was like, nah, I don't need it. I'm fine. I'm not fine. There might be some ice there. There might also be a bottle of water in one of these. Oh, that's not a bottle of water. Really wish I could scrap more of these things. That's the thing I absolutely adore about the DLC, is you can scrap so much more stuff. Really clean things up. Oh, we should see if I can make the T2 deconstruction chip yet. It's all food, space food. I don't need space food. But that's okay. So is this implied to have been here to begin with, or is this a crashed ship? Space station thing. Don't know. Okay. Well, it's got some goodies in it all the same. Including chips. Okay, anything else? Yeah, can I just take a quick gargle off of that? Yes, please. Thank you. No? Beans. Let's go see if I can find a piece of iron sitting, or ice sitting around. Otherwise, we might need to boogie home for a bit and then come back. I guess we should boogie home anyway, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, let's sort this. We want the super alloy. We want the chip. We want those. Might as well grab the Tusca seed, the Nulma seed, and the iridium. Let's do the same thing here. Because I might as well grab the most valuable things, bring them back with me. And grab some as we go along. Let's see. Don't forget to block off cleared paths in the ship and foundation so you can find a path easier. Huh, I haven't thought about that. Okay, should be able to kind of scoot along here. We're going to fall into the ravine at some point. Maybe? Maybe not, actually. Perfect. Let's see, how are you doing today? I'm doing well. I was complaining earlier about doing invoices, but honestly, I'm feeling a lot better about it. Invoices are just, like, my least favorite thing. Oh, I don't have to be holding a sprint while jetpacking, do I? I should see if there's a toggle on the jetpack. Drank of water. Let's go drop things off. There's some super alloy. We might have too much aluminum again. That's fine. That's actually a lot of super alloy. We should think about what we're going to do with that. Let's take the bioplastic and the fabric. I'm going to move them over here. I know I'm going to need large quantities of both, just not immediately. Okay. And then we sincerely need to probably make some more vegetubes or something. And 2 more chips. T2, wait, vehicle T2 inventory increased. I don't even have a vehicle. Alright. Well, that ain't happening. Guess I should probably make a biodome, shouldn't I? I've been putting that off. I'm gonna continue to do so. Well, actually, let's not do that. Let's go grab as much water as we possibly can. It's 2. I'm gonna just drop these off in the, little base over here, because I'm gonna be running around this mesa area for a while. How far are you from the rover? I did not know the rover was in this game. It's been a while since I played this, and I haven't gotten that much farther than I'm currently at. Please tell me I can just send drones in here to just hoover up all the stuff. All the little bits on the ground are stressing me out, but I also don't want to go out of my way to pick them up. Okay, the rover is new. Gotcha. Okay, so I think I've looted everything in there. Drones only go to the mining spots. No, it's fine. We don't actually need these resources. Just seeing them sitting around is like slight depths of madness. So you're like, oh, I could grab that. But then I'm just gonna have to be going back and forth over and over again for hours. And that's probably not worth the effort. Whereas, yeah, having the drones go to pick things up from the mines is going to be a lot better for me overall. Let's see. So, wonder, do you have any thoughts on Hightail? I mean, good for them. I have very low I have a very low opinion of corporate ownership right now for popular IPs. Pretty much every single company that, like, went on a buying spree to buy a bunch of, like, small subsidiary studios, they were like, no, trust us, you know, we'll financially support them and let them really focus on what's important, making great games. You know, thousands of layoffs from Microsoft. And, like, some corporate ownership has been good. Like, has actually saved some studios. Even Microsoft has more or less managed to keep Obsidian going to the point where Obsidian's made some really good games lately, even if I'm probably not going to play any of them on camera. Or maybe at all, I'm very busy. And so, like, I'd honestly expected Riot to do better than this, because as far as I know, they're financially doing great. But what do I know about Riot's situation? And so I'd been kind of hoping that they'd be decent stewards. I didn't care about Hytale, I still kind of don't, but nice to hear that, like, one of the original people bought it back and is potentially going to be, you know, resuming development on it. I don't know. I mean, there's no downside to that. That's nothing but a good thing for everyone involved. Okay, is there anything actually valuable here? Image of aluminum, I suppose. We're mostly here for super alloy if we can snag it, but aluminum's always nice even if I have a ton of it. And yeah, I think I might build a staircase right here on top of, up to this part of the mesa. Because if I could just staircase to and fro, like walk up the staircase for that, that's going to save me a lot of time. And like, I'll probably play Hytale. I just, what was the airships sandbox game that I played recently that was very Minecrafty? Over on YouTube. I don't remember, unfortunately. I need to figure out what to do here. I have just shy of a rod. Was it a loft? Okay, it was a loft. Like, for me, no specific game is a monolith. There is always a successor, there is always a sequel, there is always somebody that is going to... Why? What? Why? I just want to open why, thank you. I was like, no, you must change the text of why. Beans. Alright, whatever. Snag the iron, let's just make another locker. This might just be one of those where we just keep extending it backwards. I should probably put up a biolab. But I can do that later. I'm just gonna toss these down. Except for the waters. Oh, and the food. Snag the food. Name all the storage after your friends. I don't know about you. The idea of just constantly stuffing silicon into Jonas Fatson feels weird to me, but okay. Let's see. So what am I going to do? I guess let's go figure out rockets, because rockets and the oh no, we should make the biolab. Who am I kidding? That's by and far way more valuable. Biodome. I think in the interest of everything, I might also want to make an indoor ladder. Okay. We don't have that much iron, because I don't actually go out of my way for it. Do I put the indoor ladder just kind of in the middle of this? It is equal parts tempting and maybe not. Well, we don't use the biodome for much. So yeah, let's go do that. Titanium. 2 more iron. Because yeah, I think I'm going to have a nicer upper section. Currently, it is a box. But yeah, a nicer upper section that's accessible from the outside. Yeah, biolab's needed for some of the rockets anyway. Yep. I just know the biolab's kind of big and hard to work, hard to build around, so if I put it up on the top floor, it'll look nice. Not get my way and should be fine. Okay. 2 of these, 2 of these. Aluminum, and 3 super alloys. Perfect. Pizza. I might move this ladder around at some point. But at least for now, I'm just going to put it here. Yeah, this will be nice. This way we don't have to worry about anything getting in my way. Okay. Yeah, and it's kind of a nice little observatory platform at the very least. Let's take a look at what we can actually do with this, because I legitimately don't remember. Oh. This is just a tracker. I forgot. There's like a console? There's a... What do you do with the biodome? I forgot. I thought there was like a thing you... Oh, is it a thing you build in here? No. Oh, I made the biodome. I need the biolab. We don't have the biolab. Oh, we do have grass spreaders, though. We should, figure that out. Let's go make a lawn. I still feel like grass is kind of stupid. Because I don't actually think grass is that practical, even from like a, Oh, do we just not have any magnesium? Well, we can go check this out first. It's picked up some stuff. And then some water. Oh, but I might be able to put the biolab in there. I don't know. We'll play around with it. What do we need for the bigger room, too? Eek. I don't know how to feel about that one. Okay, I was going to drink a water. I was going to build a grass spreader. Let's stick it here in this mix. Do we? No. We will stick it directly next to our uranium power plants. There we go. Now we'll have nice glowing green glowing green grass. Yeah, it doesn't even fit. What I should probably do... Okay. Do we not? Huh. Okay, there it goes. Maybe I was just in the way. Can I get another one? No, I need more cobalt. That's fine. If you put too many spreaders together, it can cause a lot of lag. Good to know. Probably won't. I actually think the grass spreaders are kind of ugly. Yeah, I think that's fine. Can I put a staircase? If I had a little bit more iron. That would be very funny if the things nearby would actually affect what kind of grass you get. Okay, question. Oh, it doesn't link. That's very silly. That's fine. Okay, so easy way to get up here, and this looks legitimately nice. We'll have this be kind of our bio setup. Okay, next up, now that we've got the biodome, even though we don't have anything to do with it, let's go up top of this, figure out some rockets. I want to send out at least a couple of these, because those multipliers are insane. However, I might want to start with the geolocation and the mapping screen. Wait, can I skip? Can I just go straight to T2 GPS satellite and not make the first one? You can skip. Yes. No and yes. I'm getting mixed messages here. I'll just take this with me. Okay. Kind of, you just don't get the closer zoom level. Okay, so I need More magnesium. I need to get... Okay, you know what? Actually, what I should do... inventory should be full. Or empty enough. We're actually going to zoom over. And empty out the other mining machine, because I'm sure it's full. And we should make sure we clean it out on the regular, just to grab what I can. What was I going to talk about? I don't know. I was still talking about... Oh, right. I was talking about no game as a monolith. What's a good example of this? Games made by awful developers that people are inevitably hooked on. I mean, I'd say Call of Duty? I don't know if this is exactly a topic I want to get deep on, because I literally have never played a Call of Duty game. I think I own exactly a couple of them, and not necessarily because I was, like, keen on it. Let's actually put a water bottle here just in case. I'm just gonna start leaving them everywhere, because I know I might need them. Yeah, PUBG because of Crafton. I mean, Crafton's a good example. It's Subnautica. Let's go with that one. I liked Subnautica. I thought Subnautica was great. Legitimately one of the better games that I've played in a very long time, and I think fondly of it. Kind of might want to play it again at some point, especially because the chances of us getting a good Subnautica 2 are vanishingly small. And, yeah. And so, much as I like Subnautica, the demand is there, the vibes are there. Hey, I'm playing a game that's very overtly inspired by Subnautica, and I'm getting not exactly the Subnautica experience, but I'm getting kind of what I'd look for and hope for from a game like that. Okay. Can I make 2 of these? Yarsh. I think that might be it to make the mapping thing. And, like, obviously this is not full Subnautica. It's not at all like a proper replacement. Launch to space, bring me with you, take me along! I want to go to the moon! Oh, well. I bet if I followed that, it would crash land on... Oh, yeah, there it is. Do you think this is going to impact my GPS at all? Alright, we should figure out a different satellite now that or a different one of these now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. I do map information, but we need a lot of super alloy for this. I don't think we can even make super alloy rods yet. So, yeah. What do we want to do? Pressure multiplier, heat multiplier. Ooh. Okay, so it's just 3 silicon or 3 cobalt, otherwise the same recipe. Let's go see what I need more of. Okay, one more super alloy. So, I might be able to make more of these. It's just a matter of, oh, well, there's the biodome, which we are going to need. Pressure will give me the nuclear reactor. I think I'm going to go pressure. If you fire enough of them quickly, they shoot around as a big blob. I will think about that. Did I only snag 1 super alloy? Oh, I can jetpack in my own base? I did not realize that. That's awkward and feels bad. I don't think I'm going to want to stick to that. Well, yeah, let's see if I can make some more rocket engines, I suppose. Iridium rod, uranium, and super alloy. Let's make some rocket engines, I suppose. So one more rod. Oh, no, we can't do that. We're capped out. Okay. So I'm going to need 1 more of these. Because we're making 2 of those. All right, let's do it. Okay, space occupied. Whee! It's just so dumb. Now this is pod racing. Now, do the... Sorry, it's just very funny watching this thing try its hardest. Oh, one is split fourth, one is despawned, and the other 2 are spinning. Okay, it's spinning off into the universe. Let's dump off some of these resources. Grab a... Oop, ate too much. Let's go find some of these that fall, because this actually is going to drop good resources. Is that how the game's supposed to? Yes, it is. You have to imagine somebody on the dev team saw players starting to do that and said, do we keep this? And they actually, there must have been a conversation from like the developers being like, is this something we want to keep in our game or fix? Yeah, the devs know it exists. They have to. I'm sure they've done this before, but like, I've done a little bit of game development over the years. Not huge amounts, but a little. And, like, I've worked with people doing bug fixing and whatnot. And... Oh, what's a good example of this? I mean, maybe not a perfect one. I actually worked on Motocross, if anybody remembers that old Flash game. But technically the, like, weird remaster that the studio was working on. Ooh, Vehicle Station! That's new. But, like, that was a janky mess of systems and dumb. Nope. Here they go. This might be the uranium meteor, actually. Well, I don't know if I'm getting those out. And unfortunately, these are landing halfway up the mountain. But yeah, there's the uranium that I need. I should have thought of this when I sent these rockets off. Gimme. Cheep, 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 cheep. I am a baby bird. Feed the uranium into my bird hole. Thank you. Okay. Let's see if we can find another one. That's gonna... not sure if I'm gonna be able to collect that easily. Let's try the other side first. Okay. At some point before we're done, I will definitely have to do a really dumb, as many rockets as I can jam onto the launch pad round just for goofs. Let's see what else I can grab. Because, yeah, I'm trying to get as much uranium as I can. Had I been thinking about this, I would have paced my rockets out a little bit more so I can grab more of these. But also, once we get to the better mining machines, none of this will matter, actually. Okay, that should be good enough. I should probably also go before, or go back and get some oxygen before I suffocate, because that would be embarrassing. Again.